Tubers, I found another project here. I'll show you what I'm getting into. I always thought it would be neat to have a muffler per cylinder, and it'd bring them all out one side, but then you got to have the real short ones, and they'd probably be quite loud. So, anyway, let's have a look at what I'm getting into here. Now, what I'm going to try to do is have actually 4 mufflers across the back here. It's going to take a little bit of thinking, I do believe. And what I had here to start with is I had 2 pipes joined into one muffler. And same with the rear ones, 2 pipes that come into the rear of this one. And as you can see, I already started on it. And these mufflers were getting kind of rotted out. Excuse me, they were quite loud. So let's get creative here and see what we can come up with. Now, to hang the rear of the mufflers, here's what they had. You're supposed to put these around up here and tighten them up, and that holds the rear of the muffler up. Yeah, not really excited about that. So I made up some plates. I was going to drill out these 2 rivets here, and this would be on the bottom of the muffler, of course, bend that to contour, and then put 2 rivets or 2 bolts or something back in here. I didn't really like that idea. Went upstairs and scoured. I found a piece of 3-inch exhaust tubing where I could make a cut on here and to go around, and then open it up a little more to accommodate for the fit on here. And then after I had them plates on here, what I was going to do is grind these out to fit the contour of the muffler, and then weld them pieces onto here, but not real cool yet. So I thought I'm going to continue on thinking. And between thinking and digging, went upstairs and scoured some more, and I had 2 of these collars. This one's a little bit smaller, but if I make the cuts just right on this one, I should be able to get 4 out of him, and then contour is like perfect. And then drill a couple holes, and that'll hold him on. And then we're gonna, like I said, have that cut out in a C, and then tack weld him onto there. And then this, of course, the bottom of this gets mounted to the frame. So I think we're gonna run with that, and I'm gonna get started. And let's see where the seam is. We're gonna start right here so we're not on the edge of the seam. And by the way, this is my 3rd attempt here. I didn't want to bore you with the first 2 that weren't even close. Let's see how this turns out. Get all the way around. Hopefully you come out correct. We'll find out this time here. Take a little brake cleaner, erase your marks, and then I went again. Okay, how did we do? Okay, there you go. I can live with that one. So our marks are pretty good once you get all the way around. So finally got it, folks. So we pre-checked for the speed of the blade drop. We're gonna hit the go button here. Hopefully that don't come flying out of there. One down, 3 to go. Now for this last cut, I slowed the drop speed way down so it don't change in the jig here. I gotta tell you, when we built the go-kart, any of you remember them old Sears hacksaws, that reciprocating arm? You put a regular hacksaw blade in them? Anyway, that's what every part on the go-kart was cut with one of them back then. That's all I had. I never had something like this. Would have been nice to have this at the time, but you work with what you got and what you can afford. Almost through. it's continued. Done. Now, another thing I thought was neat about this saw too, I caught right off the bat. Instead of having to go you back it up one round, you can slide it to where you gotta go, tighten the crank. Nice feature that they had on this saw here. Uh-oh, now I'll never see him again, huh? Anyway, hopefully we're good here. So, I'm gonna continue. Now, you people don't know it, but behind me here, I have police line tape. Do not cross. It keeps a doggy out of this area. Actually, what I do is I always do this over in the corner here so she don't get into it. And we do that times 8, we'll be done with these. No wonder why these don't work good. I think I got my money's worth out of that one. Whoa. We're gonna drill out some rivets. So, I'm gonna be using a 3/16 bit here. And I went over and grabbed a Mr. Earl. Find me a muffler. I wiped dotted them. You get older, you gotta make sure you get it right, you know. Whoa. Slow this guy down a little bit. Stainless steel gets pissed off easy when you're drilling it. So, we'll let her rip here. Oh wait, I'm gonna run this table up. Oh, there we go. Okay. And, oh geez, almost drilled the wrong one. Okay, now, let's see. I guess you can see that, I think. Yeah, okay. Let her rip here. Pulling real lightly on the handle here, too. Stainless steel rivets. I'm sure you've gathered that already from the racket. Should be about through. There we go. There. Good. One down and a bunch to go. Well, it's Sunday. Sunday. Whenever I go in the house at night, so many times I'll come out in the morning and I'll have a change of plans. This is one of my assortments from Down on the Body Shop days. And these guys right here look kind of tempting. So let's go have a look-see. Show you what we got going. I got my tap right here. And I've been tapping where the rivets are. So we can just... Oh, cool. The blue cleared up all on its own. Good. Okay. All right. Anyway, yeah, drilled and tapped them. Now, on these pieces here, what I did was I came up with a nifty little piece of cardboard. So I center punched on these guys here, laid them in, and lined them up and whack with the spring-loaded center punch so I can find out where to drill so these things fit when I'm all done. Now what I wanted to do is mount the mufflers first, I decided. So then I can run the pipes to each one as I go along. So these are all standard all the way across. Now originally this guy here stuck up way up here. I was trying to tuck them in a little more. And here's where I'm going now. I have the one piece mounted on the muffler here where we're drilled and tapped. And we're going to have roughly a 5-inch piece here. And I'm just going to tack weld it here. That way I can adjust slightly until I weld it more permanent. I didn't want to sit and waste time and over-engineer it, cut all of this out of them bigger pieces. Nah, sounded like a job. And then I knew another problem I was going to have to overcome. If I want to have a muffler on the outers right here, I'm going to have to strut the fender from here to here and then whack that piece out. Now, if you're wondering, I had the passenger seat all mounted in here nicely, and then I changed my mind. I thought it'd be neat to get some racing buckets. Ooh, them are all cleaned up nice and tidy. And I ordered some seats. They came the other day. And on their drawing on the internet, they had dimensions of the seat crossed all the way up. The ones I ordered, they had a line here and here, roughly, and they had 13 inches, which you figure another inch or two, they would have fit just fine in here. Well, the seats came, and they were 21 inches wide, which they'd be hanging over the edge on the frame there, so no can do. I just thought I'd share that thought with you and what was going on with the seats. On my last video, guy had a couple questions. He was wondering what lights I was using here. I don't know if you ever seen these or not. They got a Maggie on the bottom here, and they actually have a dimmer, but as far as I'm concerned, they could just have an on-off switch. But anyway, that answers this question on them. The same guy also asked how I fastened the wing nut to the hoist. I never thought of presenting that to you folks. So what I did is I squished them flat here, and then drilled a hole all the way through, put a little roll pin in there. And another thing, the handle always falls out. I like to just leave it in here, so I got some duct tape on there, so I ain't got to take that in and out or to turn this open or closed. Okay, this guy here. You got to make sure that cardboard don't slide, otherwise it might not fit. There we go. Great, let's set the drill press up here. Them chucks are awesome. They never slip, but if you run in backwards direction, they will open up all on their own. So they don't work good in reverse. Now we'll get our piece to drill. Hit the go button. Hopefully I won't be in your way here. I probably will. Put some gloves on in case it gets away on me so it don't take my hand off. And with the oil dot now it's hard to see where the drill hole is. Much better. Yeah. Be nice if I could get you a little higher, but this tripod only goes yay high, so. When I'm starting out with, I do an 1/8 inch hole first, so pretty much so it stays in line with the 7 punch mark. Okay, we'll do 1/4 inch. And let's slow her down a little here. Rip! Ow! All right. Side B, as I say, away we go. Chunka, chunka. Yeah, actually have a deburring bit. I never heard of them things before. A friend brought me one over. A lot of times when I'm here, though, I just do this the old-fashioned way to get the booger off. And as you can see, I've got a pretty good sized booger on that side, so this will make that go away. can put it in a chuck too, but yeah, not really necessary. Good. Look at who. Okay. Next. And one more final note on these. This edge here seemed a little straighter. That's why you see the arrow on there. But why I put these on the inside of the radius here is I figured the holes would come out more exact for on the muffler, where if you have it on the outside, then your holes are going to be off a bit. I don't know if you can see that guy or not, but anyway, that's why I did that for some of you. Something maybe you'd like to know. So now I'm going to tap the mufflers out. Now I didn't drill them any larger, so it's going to be a good fit. A little bit of a struggle getting these started, and we're going to see if we can get you in view here, kind of. But yeah, stainless steel can be a little tedious on working on it. So snap. That's what you don't want to hear. Anyway. Actually, I probably could have cut them one hole bigger yet. But, you know, the bolt ain't going to go round and round then. There, now we're starting to catch. There we go. Okay. Whenever I do this kind of stuff, usually I'm kind of crooked on it. There we go. And definitely a little bit of a patience test. But sooner or later, everything gets done. I don't know why, I just don't feel I'm as fast or as good at some of this stuff as I used to be when I was younger. Recently I turned 65. For those of you who don't know, you can call me the old man, eh? Alright, we're going. And nice in the wintertime because the doors are shut. Right now a train's going by. They always come by right when I start filming. But almost good. Nerf. And there you have it. So that should be in far enough where not a real lot of thread area here. That's why I didn't want to punch the holes out any bigger. If I can get that started, I call it good then. All right, well, I'll continue on my way with these. Meanwhile, you go get a donut or a coffee or something, and I'll be back. Now, here's one of our bolts that we're going to be using. Getting started. And what I wanted to show you folks was my skill twists here. A while back, these were starting to fail. I rebuilt them, and I couldn't believe it. Sears had these batteries on their website for $99.95. I don't think so. But anyway, the big A saved the day again. But why I like these, for customer cars, they got an adjustable clutch on them here. And you can dial in whatever torque. So when you're working on fasteners on a dashboard on a car, you can dial this way down, and then they slip. So you're not stripping out customer cars, all the fasteners and stuff, but that's why I like these anyway. And I didn't quite go 100% in with the tap here. I backed it out a little sooner, so threads should be kind of tight. And that's perfect. So, just thought I'd give you a little tour of these things. No longer available, so you gotta fix what you have or buy something on eBay probably. Right. Ready for action, sir. Way too much thinking involved on this deal here. Well, came up with another design change. Let me show you what I'm gonna do. Maybe. It's the wildlife, people. The wildlife. Originally, when I built the machine, the rear fenders were mounted on a trailing arm here. They went up and down, of course, with the wheels. I didn't think that was that cool, so what I did was, I didn't want to repaint the fenders. I came up with that channel right there, and then mounted them on the back of the taillight on that 1/4" bolt for the rear half here. Got kind of stupid on the weld because I was worried about burning the paint off. Anyway, here's the new design, new and improved. Let me show you what we're going to do here. Okay, these two bolts held the back of that other muffler on. Now this one here actually went round and round. That's some pretty thin material here to be anchoring to. Well, if you look under here, there's actually a layer thick with a pretty hefty piece of steel right there. So if I was to drill here a little more, I could drill and tap into that. And that ain't gonna go round and round. And right down in here, if I move this hole in a little bit, I could probably drill and tap onto that piece right there too, which would make a hell of a mount. Now also, what I thought, while I'm doing that, if I use these same pieces, they're a little bit wider, so I could actually get where I needed to go, where they'd be up here. Now then, on the outer edge of this piece right here, I could probably come straight down and then L on a piece there, and then bolt him right to that same bracket that holds the muffler on, and then the taillights would be called standalone. No more bracket on the rear of them. Well, I was on a roll here this afternoon. As you can see, dog is bored. It's getting dark out. But anyway, I was busy cutting up some brackets here, trying to figure out where we were going. Got them drilled and tapped, and if these ever fail, I can go all the way through down under. But on these outer guys here, I notched them down. I just want a ticky-tacky on here, that way I can turn and up and down until I really burn them on there good. And we'll show you here. Here is where I went underneath, and I drilled all the way through on the motors where they got to hold the fenders up too. So I think that should be pretty good. That's some pretty thick beef right there. Did that on both sides. So, progress. Man, I was on a roll. I got 2 more baffles I got to build yet too. I'll show you that when I get to that. You might find that of interest. But anyway, getting there. Got my one tube off so I get a little gooder angle here on that guy. Try to match them all up best I can. So definitely made for a challenge to get everything all even. But pretty happy with the progress here so far. So now I'm gonna ticky-tacky them on and go from there. And then eventually I'll plumb them in after I get them where they gotta be. I thought that'd be a good way to handle this. Well, that'll make it look a little faster. Anyway, yeah, that was definitely today's challenge. Hey, another tip for you folks. I had to see if it worked too. If you ever want to check your auto dim helmet, all you got to do is you hold it up to a fluorescent light and it should dim. And there we go. I had to see if it worked on the LEDs too. So, yeah. See? So that's how you test them. Something maybe might help you out someday. Oh, the little rodents getting ready to go in. And hey, the big game is on tonight, so yeah, I gotta get going here. I have to punch out now. Sunday. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, I'll continue shooting when I start throwing the pipes on. So, till tomorrow. Bye-bye. Tubers, progress. I had some other stuff I had to do this morning, better known as what they call plowing. Anyway, I wanted to do these two rear ones first, where they're going to be the most tedious. I ended up cutting these pipes apart here. I never claimed to be the world's best welder, but that's why I got grinders, to make it look like you know what you're doing. And anyway, I kept cutting off small slices on them and take it on and off, of course, to get it so everything's the right angle. You got plenty of clearance on everything. And on these mufflers, they have these really nice slide-on pieces, which are ideal for this, where I could just slide that onto the pipe. And I'm not even going to clamp these because they fit so nice. But what's really weird, on the mufflers come two in a package. One of them on each package slid into the muffler really nice, and the other muffler was a hammer fit. Same on both packages. I thought, yeah, that's kind of weird, but I don't know. I got a muffler expander, so we might have to test that stuff. But anyway, yeah, I don't have the bolts in here, but I wanted no stress on everything once you tighten it up. And here, I'll show you this now. And you can just wink, 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 and this muffler comes off, and then you got that nice little collar right there. So basically, that one's to the point where we're going to fire up the sandblaster after we get the other side made, and then paint them with the high heat paint, and then go from there. So now I'm going to get this out of the way. The other pipe is way wrong. We got to get around the chain here and up. So, but it's pretty close. You can see the exhaust port, but that's what makes it tougher too. If them exhaust ports would come straight out, that sure would make it a lot easier on my behalf, but still, you got to think a little harder. Oh well, it's part of life. Look at some goof when he was cutting them pipes to get them out of here, or that bar. Look at that. Yeah. Nobody died. We're good. All right, folks, I'll show you how I do this. Anyway, I got a arrow pointing toward the engine there. I got a mark on that one, which corresponds with the one on that pipe up there that mounts on the engine, but you can actually clock this as needed once you get it together. So what I do, I grind these until they're flush, and then I start fitting them. And then the other half of the pipe, which we need, I have two marks on here, and then I'm going to line that up with the two marks on here and tack weld him on, and we should be pretty good to go. Now, to cut them two pipes apart, come here. They cut them two pipes apart. They were right tight together, welded, so I had to get a little abusive with that. But here's the good thing, is them are gonna go, that'll go right up inside here when I'm all done. And we ain't gotta worry about filling that in. And then before I put this in here and weld it, I'll make a line around here so I know where to cut him. And then I also slide this collar that's in here down just a tad. So in case margin of error, a little bit of fitment, I ain't got to trim that collar off up here. So that way, that bracket's gonna hold it just fine. Everything's gonna sit together just fine. And I guess I'll fire up the welder and we'll get that done. Next. Okay, side B is done. Now you'll see I got some paper towel packed up in there. Before I start welding, I always squirt that down a little bit of water. But you never want to leave them exhaust ports open, just in case one of them little round welding boogers would go flying in there. Probably wouldn't be a good thing. So anyway, here's what I do. I keep cutting the pipes down until I get them the proper length. Don't make some smaller cuts so I don't overcut. Here's what I come up with. But no, this did say engine right here. Well, when I first tacked that on, that faced this way. Oops, no good. So we had to cut that all back off. And of course, when I ground it and cleaned it up where it was on the wrong side, I ground off my marks. So I had to put it all back together again and remark. So I got everything clocked appropriately. And then that piece where I had to cut that exhaust system apart, that piece that was really chiseled here, I stuck that in here. I did a white line around here and then cut him off. So I didn't want the water hang out right inside that little cup there. I figured that probably wouldn't be good. You run the engine for a minute or two, and that much of moisture sitting in there, probably rot out the pipe right there. But anyway, I got this all so it's free floating. It felt good, so everything's kind of centered. And now I got to final weld this. Oh, hey, tubers. Okay, what's that little dut right there for? You can see it's been on there a while. Anybody know? I suppose I could tell you, otherwise I could have you throw in the comments. But when you're building custom exhaust, there's nothing more irritating than when you're working on it and that flange slides all the way down the pipe. So, guess what that little dut there was for originally? Kind of a pain in the butt removal device. So, alright, I'm going to final weld that guy. And I compared to make sure everything's parallel across here. Yeah, we're all good. So I'll final weld. That guy there is all done. Of course, you've seen that before. So, oh, and then you want to see how them got in there. Okay, you're probably wondering. Let me show you. Now, this was in here. And I'm not going to work around this thing. It would be a real pain. And as you can see, I was surprised. I actually threw a solid weld across this originally. So these are pretty heavy duty for the motor mount. But actually there's motor mount down here and in the front and whatever. It ain't going anywhere, I'm sure. I'm not going to even put anything back in there. I think that'll be just fine the way it is. Well, there you have it, folks. Look at that, they're all lined up yet. That's a good thing. Slid right on. And let's have a look. And there you can see the final product, Mr. Sandblaster. And then we're going to get some paint on them. Oh, tomorrow we're going to start on the outers. I figured the inners here would be a little more difficult, so I wanted to chase them first. And before I forget to show you, this is what I use for paint on now. This stuff is actually kind of a semi-gloss. It looks really nice. And probably got a part number on here somewhere. But anyway, if you're interested, that's what I use. And it's good for 1200 degrees. So, good stuff. Well, anyway, folks, I got as far as I wished for today. So, I got the two inners. I figured them would be the most difficult. Tomorrow we're going to work on the outers. And right now, I'm going to call her, and I'm going to run in and find a feed bag. So, anyway, we'll see you tomorrow, folks. Well, tubers, it's the next day. We're hot on her here. This is definitely easier than doing them two rear ones. And what I have up there, I just cut that pipe off and kind of popped him in there. Now, what I do a lot of times, I'll leave a little bit of gappage, do one spot weld so I can rock it just a little bit to fine tune it if needed. And I just white mark everything to line up when you ticky-tacky so you have your clocking correct. Now, they have them nice bushings. These are great. They come with the welder, or the mufflers. And I had to trim a little bit off so that pipe would fit inside of there. But here's what I wanted to show you. What I like on these, where you can slide them in and out to get that perfect angle for fine tuning. And as you can see here, we can actually change that, where you can have that in further or out farther, which this makes it somewhat adjustable before you tack it and makes the job a little bit easier. So this is where I'm at. I gotta final weld all this stuff. Kind of had it parallel with the frame there. Thought we'd run with that, and I guess I'm gonna continue. Actually, on this car here, I built that whole exhaust system from scratch. Kind of a neat idea, might interest some of you buffs here. The Corvette manifold here, they had the flange was right up here. What I did, I cut the frame right there and plated it in with the same gauge material to get a little more clearance. But what I did was, where the flange was up here, I put it down there. Let's see if I can get you a shot here. And then it's all drilled and tapped. I use it like a header then. I can disconnect that there if you want to go drag racing. And I'll show you the rear here. I wanted this thing to look like Grandma's car, so I kept the exhaust tucked in as much as I could. And I spent a week actually putting this exhaust system together on here. And then I stainless welded everything together, even on these. And no rattles anywhere. That's what I wanted to accomplish. On car exhaust, you always want a hands clearance. Bang, bang. You want a hands clearance between all pipes, then you never have to worry about hearing them rattle in the cab. Yeah, folks, we got side C done here, and I'll show you what's going on over here. Years ago, actually, I made some pipes for the headers and stuff. Actually, for this side here, I gotta get around fuel line, wiring, all of that stuff, and then still get up to the muffler here. Now, instead of welding a whole bunch of pipes together, years ago what I used to do, if you take your time, you can get these like perfect. But what I do, I take a torch and I heat each area of these up separately, warm the back, and then you concentrate right on the front here as you're pulling. And you can actually, if you take your time, you can even make the pipes look like they were store-bought. But anyway, this has got to get around my speedometer cable and a few things back here. There's a speedometer cable, so I want to come up and around and down, and then we got to get to that pipe over there. So yeah, just thought I'd show you that. Things can be done when you don't have a bender. Tubers. Hey, on my last video, a guy left a comment. If you got a grinder, you can make your welds look good. And if you got a buffer, you can make your painting look good. Well, I wasn't doing very well on welding. And this is not good. Actually, I have these on hand. And the inside one was just as bad. So we're going to see if that helps. Ugh. Enough of that. Well, here's our final product, and I gave it a little bit of polish. Jackie's coming tomorrow. She's going to do all my sandblasting for me and painting on these guys here. And the good part is everything turned out pretty even. That makes me quite happy. And I'm not going to put any clamps on these. They fit really nice. So you slide them up and in, and away you go. And here's a little better look at the bottom side here. Now, if you take your time when you're doing this, you can actually space all of these like perfect. Where this is not going to be in a show soon. I was just kind of happy to get this done. But thought I'd show you that. The other thing that's nice is serviceable. We'll be able to get the stator cover off. There's your clutch slave cylinder. It's a hydraulic widget. And then fuel filter. I'm using a fuel injected car filter. It breaks down into finer microns. Taking these 4 carbs off and going through them, it's a bear. And ever since I've done this, I haven't touched them. So that appears to be working pretty good. And then down here, this is the fuel line. And it's original one yet. And I'm gonna, yeah, look at the date on that sucker. Anyway, I'm gonna reroute him, put a new hose on, eventually under the brake line, up and around, and up to the bottom of that fuel filter. Also, here's the water pump right here, and as you can see, without pulling the exhaust system, fully serviceable. So, should be good. Oh, and then the speedometer cable. I got plenty of clearance on him though. I was going to slide a silicone hose over the top of him. Well, he ain't going to get that hot now, so I think we're good there too. Now, I bought these mufflers from the Big A. If you go there, if you'd like a pair, just look at the pictures. I'm sure you won't have a problem finding them. I got to do 2 baffles yet. Now, these were the quietest ones, where the feedback on the comments said, and they're still louder than I desire. So I'm going to show you how I changed them to make them a little quieter. Well, let's start out here with showing you what I got. This here stainless steel, it was only this long right here. It came with the mufflers. They had a cap on the end, and I wanted to have, engines like breathing, so I wanted to have breathe better. So the Big A had also these aftermarket baffles, and I cut these off, and that's where I welded it here. And then they also had a cap right here that had a little screw hole in it, and you could slide it in and out, put your set screw in wherever you want for a louder or quieter. So where I welded them together, I wanted to cap the end off once again. That's a stainless cap that I popped on there, and of course you've seen I cut that guy off. 48 millimeter baffle. They had 3 different ones listed. If you're working with these mufflers, that's going to be what you want. So, we'll get everything ready here, and we'll get started. Now, I wanted a spark arrest muffler. Of course, nobody shows that. So, what I did, I cut up some this is window screen that I cut up here. And I got poked a couple times the other day when I made them other 2, and my back is killing me right now again. But what I did was I'll use this 1/4-inch drive here to get the wrap started, so it's crisp and pretty much still stays on there. So we'll fold him around here and then give him a doo-doo-doo. Roll him up, roll him up, move him up. Crunch, crunch. There. Now we got a nice tight wrap. The next step is to try to get this on the baffle here now. So, usually, because of that little end duty right there, you can't get them started. So, we're going to give them a little bit more of, make it easier effect here. And it's probably still not going to be easy, but... Okay, let's see if I can get this on though. Nope, not yet. Okay. I knew you'd like this. Watch Jeff struggle with one. Okay. Anyway, we slide that on there. And there you have it for that. And I'll do the other one. But I'm not going to double do you here, so hang on. Now, these guys here are some stainless steel ties. I'll give you the part number here shortly, in case some of you get the weird idea to do something like this. Imagine that. You just slide in. They're self-locking, by the way. So, run right down the line here. And for those of you who would like to know what I was using, these are the ties here, the stainless steel ties, and then this is that ceramic muffler packing. And then we got sheets that come in that package. And here's my window screen. And that's what I cut that out of. I thought I'd show you folks too. Maybe a few of you might be curious. Slide the baffle in, and then to lock it in, all you got to do is put that set screw there, and then tighten them up. That's it. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Tubers, I always get these odd jobs that come in the door, and I got to do these before I can work on my cart, whatever. And this is for a company that does printing. And anyway, this is the motor controller for stepper motors in it. And anyway, what I replaced on this is actually the power out for the motors. So I just showed you thought I'd show you one of the little things I play with. I didn't think it was good enough to make a video out of, but yeah. Just some more stuff I like to do around here. So, back to our normal programming. And of course there's got to be a little bit of wind today. I'm going to try to block that here. But, and there's your other pipe. I think that was side C. Anyway, yeah, real happy with how that turned out. And tomorrow the roll bar is supposed to be coming, so I'm gonna get that on here. I still gotta get my licks on, and hopefully the guy that made all my lettering for me, hopefully he's still got the thing in his computer to cut me some more out. I ordered some new mirrors, and of course one was broke. You know, when you open the package and stuff is out of the wrapper, you don't have a warm fuzzy feeling anymore. Sure enough, somebody broke and returned. How nice. So got another set coming. This is one I had that was on here that didn't actually get smashed, so I'll change them out when they come. But well, now I made you suffer through my build here. That's enough for the cart stuff for now. So I think what I'm going to do is I got some other stuff from house and stuff I'm going to get on with you folks and show you some different stuff so you don't get sick of the go-kart stuff. But anyway, let's fire this bad boy up. Give you a quick listen here. Definitely is quieter than what it was. So my hand's getting cold, and yeah, let's go for a quick ride. Yes, it is quite cold out today. Motor's still cold. Yeah, we'll get her done. You're probably getting some wind noise. And yeah, my hand's getting really cold. Not a good day for riding around without a glove. One more lap. Spins yet, the mufflers ain't restricted, so that makes me happy with the stuff I did to them. But a little more back pressure, this just does seem to run so much nicer. So I'll get back to the shop here, finish up the video in there. Oh, there. Got the garage door. Burn. This thing don't turn real short because it's so dang long. Beep! There. Alright. Well, hey tubers, thank you for tuning in on this one. Hope you enjoyed it and maybe grabbed some ideas for your use. And I'm going to be on my way. So, anyway, thank you all for stopping by, watching my videos. And yeah, leave a comment. Oh, please do a like. I spend a lot of time editing these darn things, so you ain't gotta watch a bunch of crap. I wish I was a little better at videoing, but that's the way it is. So, until next time, take care. Catch you soon. Bye-bye.